Hello and welcome to Good or Bad. Can you believe that I have been doing these videos for 10 years? 10 years! Where did I go wrong? The Reef was released in 2010 and directed by Andrew Traucki, and this movie is loosely based on real events. The concept of the movie is that a yacht is capsized and they have to swim across open ocean to find land, whilst being hunted by a shark. And this did indeed happen, but the three people that this happened to were Ray Boundy, Dennis Murphy and Linda Ann Howard. Sadly, Ray Boundy was the only survivor of the tragic events that took place in 1983. The movie, however, features 5 fictional characters that more or less experience the same events. But outside of the base concept, take what this movie does with a pinch of salt, which, to be fair, is the case with most true story films. These 5 people set sail aboard a yacht. They go for a nice dive or two and have a good old time. However, when they hit a reef early one morning, this causes the yacht to capsize. With no way of reaching out for help and being at least 10 miles from the nearest bit of land, they are left with only 2 choices: remain on the overturned yacht and hope that somebody comes to help before they sink, or take their chances swimming across open ocean. Out of the 5, 4 choose to swim for it. Warren here does not want to, because he has been fishing these waters his entire life, and he knows what's out there. Luke then states some other facts. The current is taking them further from land, they are low on resources, the yacht will surely sink, and they are not under a flight path, so the chances of being spotted are very low. Based on those facts, I think swimming for it is your best option. Might be the best of 2 bad options, but still. Because if the incredibly low chance of somebody spotting you before the boat sinks doesn't work out, then all you have achieved is you have less energy, less resources, and less daylight, as well as having further to swim by the time you inevitably end up in the water. So logically there is only one choice. But I understand Warren's crippling fear keeping him on the yacht for as long as possible, because the idea of swimming across open ocean is terrifying. Not knowing what is beneath you, what could get you at any time. I cannot even begin to imagine the sheer dread that would make you feel. So the 4 of them plunge themselves into the unknown in the hopes of reaching safety. Oh, and did I mention the worst part? They aren't even heading for a populated island. They are heading for a remote island. That, to be fair, is likely to be visited from time to time by people fishing or various others. But just imagine going through 10 miles of open ocean and then when you reach the island, no one turns up to save you. It really is 2 bad options that they have to choose from, and other than one more scene, we do not see Warren again. All we know of his fate is what it says at the end of the movie. After an extensive search, no remains of Warren or the yacht were ever found. But like I said before, I get that it was fear that kept him on the yacht. As the 4 of them swim along, they try to keep morale up. And it is nice to actually see them having a joke and a bit of a laugh, just trying to keep their spirits up. That is, until they see something that strikes fear into their hearts. A very large great white shark is stalking them. So naturally, it is that point when they start to panic, and during the first attack no one is injured, but one of their floats gets knocked away from them. Matt makes the call to go and get it, which turns out to be the wrong call. They watch in horror as the shark takes his leg. He begs them to leave him behind, to buy them time, as the shark will surely come back for him. And I really like this scene. They use his death scene to build his character as someone who cares for his friends, and will use his dying moments to give them the best chances of survival, which also pays respect to one of the 3 people this story was based on. It was reported that when Dennis Murphy was attacked, he lost his leg, and he swam away from his friends to lure the shark from them. buying them as much time as he could to get away from the shark, which is nothing short of heroic. And I like that the movie does something similar with Matt. After that, they survive the night and get ever so closer to land. Then the shark strikes again. This time it is Susie that gets taken by the shark. We see a sudden close-up jump scare of the shark, followed by several seconds of chaos, where no one knows what is happening. Which, to be fair, I think is pretty accurate for a shark attack. Then once they realise that Susie has been attacked, they see her get taken under again by the shark, leaving only a trail of blood behind. With only Luke and Kate remaining, they are so close to safety. Remember that when Matt tried to go and get the float, he was picked off by the shark? Well, Luke decides to do the same thing, but because he is more of a lead character, he doesn't get attacked. To be fair, this could be because the shark has just fed, but as they push on towards land, the shark returns. This time they are so close they decide to go full force towards safety. Luke helps Kate climb up, but Luke is snatched by the shark as Kate tries to help pull him out. Which is where the movie ends, telling us that a fishing party found Kate the next day. The Reef is a very tense, suspense-driven movie which holds its eerie atmosphere all the way through. What is really impressive with this film is the way they take real footage of sharks and meld it very effectively into the movie. I think in that respect it did a better job than Jaws, because when that used real footage of sharks, yes, it looked nice, but it didn't look naturally placed. One moment it was the big monster fake shark, then the next footage of a real shark. This movie did that better. I think in that there was no fake shark, but it was a smaller movie than Jaws, which led it to be a more visually consistent movie. That being said, obviously Jaws is still the king of shark movies, and this film won't change that. I thought the acting was good, and I quite liked the characters, to the point where I wanted them to make it through the movie. Overall, I think The Reef is a good shark movie, probably one of the more realistic shark films I've seen, and the most daunting part of this film is that it really makes you think, what would you do in that situation? And I think it's fair to say, none of us really want to find out the answer to that. You have been watching Good or Bad, and I will see you next time.